Hey friends, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to this new video dedicated to Playtime Chapter 5. Today we have a lot to talk about, because we are going to analyze new official images released by the developers. In the previous video, we finally saw the new cinematic trailer, a very important trailer because it is completely dedicated to the prototype, a character that seems to have an increasingly central role in the story of Playtime. Along with that trailer, several official images were also released, and some of them are extremely interesting. Two images clearly show a brand new character, still mysterious, about whom we know very little, but who could have a huge impact on Chapter 5. Another image, instead, once again focuses on the prototype, and in my opinion, it hides details that we absolutely cannot ignore. In this video, we will therefore do a complete analysis of all the official images. We will observe them carefully, try to connect them to the cinematic trailer and to the already known lore. And of course, we will make theories about what could happen in the new chapter. We will try to understand who this new character might be, what role they could have inside the factory, and how the prototype could influence the events of Chapter 5. Before we start, as always, I ask for a bit of support from you. If you enjoy the video, leave a like. It helps me a lot to keep bringing new Playtime content, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already, so you do not miss any news, theories, or updates about the next chapters of the game. Also, activate the notification bell to stay fully updated. That said, I think we are ready to begin, because these official images hide far more secrets than they seem at first glance. Let's take a look at them one by one and start with the first analysis. Let's start with this first image. This image is not just a simple picture, but one of the official trailer thumbnails. In fact, for this trailer, Mob Entertainment decided to use 4 different thumbnails, and each user sees a different one randomly. This is one of those versions, and this detail alone already tells us that this image is not random at all, but extremely important. Now we can finally see the new character clearly. This character is not completely new actually. He already appeared in the previous trailer and also in the Christmas video, but in both cases it was almost impossible to see him properly. He was either completely covered by darkness or shown only from behind, without any clear details. Now, however, in this image we can finally see him perfectly. We can observe his face, his expression, the details of his body, and most importantly, his stitches, which seem to play a key role in his design. At first glance, this character looks completely different from all the toy mascots we have seen in the past in Playtime. He does not have the colorful and fake innocent look typical of other characters like smiling critters or nightmare critters. Instead, he immediately gives off something disturbing. We can notice sharp teeth, unnatural and threatening. His pointed eyes, almost blade-like, give him a cold and unsettling stare, as if he is looking straight at the player. The overall impression is that of a broken plush toy, damaged and then roughly stitched back together, as if someone tried to rebuild it after something terrible happened. The stitches do not look decorative at all, but forced, like they are barely holding together a body that should not even be intact. This makes him far more horror-oriented compared to the mascots we saw before. Just from this image alone, we can already understand that Chapter 5 might push even further toward a darker and more disturbing tone, slowly abandoning the classic toy aesthetic to embrace something much more terrifying. This character does not seem designed to entertain children, but rather to be the result of failed experiments, or maybe experiments that worked far too well. And this is only the first image. If we can extract so many details and feelings from a single official thumbnail, imagine what the rest of the images we are about to analyze might be hiding. Now let's move on to the second image, which is just as important and, in my opinion, even more disturbing than the first one. This image is also one of the official trailer thumbnails. So it is part of the 4 different thumbnails that Mob Entertainment decided to use. However, unlike the previous one, this is no longer a static image focused only on a character, but it actually shows a real scene. In this second image, we see the same new character again, but this time he is not alone. The element that immediately stands out is the presence of the prototype's hand, which clearly enters the scene. The hand is moving closer to this character's body, instantly creating a strong sense of tension and danger. This image does not feel random at all. On the contrary, it seems to tell a very specific story. We are not simply looking at 2 characters sharing the same space, but at a very precise situation. The prototype's hand is not there by accident. It looks like it is about to directly interact with the body of this new mascot. We can connect this image to the trailer. In fact, we can see this exact scene directly in the cinematic trailer. In the trailer, the prototype appears to be working on this body, almost like a surgeon. His movements do not look violent or chaotic, but controlled and precise, as if he knows exactly what he is doing. Because of this, the whole scene gives off a strong surgical operation vibe, and this feeling is confirmed by a very important detail. In this image, we can clearly see that the plush body is placed on some kind of operating table. It does not look like a simple table or a random surface, but something specifically designed, immediately recalling the idea of an improvised operating room inside the factory. The prototype is not just observing or controlling the character, but seems to be creating something or perhaps modifying something that already exists. It could be an operation meant to repair the body, to transform it, or even to give it a new purpose. The fact that the body is motionless, lying there, almost lifeless, makes the scene even more disturbing. It feels like this character has no way to resist, as if it is nothing more than raw material in the hands of the prototype. This reinforces the idea of the prototype as a higher entity, a mind that controls, builds, and manipulates the mascots according to its own goals. So this image does not just show us a character and a hand, but gives us a very important clue about the power dynamics within Chapter 5. The prototype is not only a threatening presence in the shadows, but a true creator, or perhaps a macabre surgeon working directly on the bodies of the mascots. Now let's move on to the new image dedicated to the prototype, which is very different from the previous ones but equally important. This image, in fact, is not a thumbnail from the trailer, but it is the official artwork for the new merchandise made in collaboration with the YouTube channel The Game Theorist. As has already happened in the past, especially with the previous trailer, Mob Entertainment decided to renew this collaboration, launching a new official t-shirt directly related to the most mysterious events and characters of the game. And as often happens with Poppy Playtime, even the merchandise is never just decorative, but tells something. In this artwork, we can clearly see the prototype's legs and both hands, depicted in a pose that exactly mirrors the same scene shown in the cinematic trailer. This direct connection cannot be a coincidence. In fact, it seems to reinforce even more the importance of that specific moment. The prototype is not shown completely, but only partially, and this choice is very significant. Seeing only the hands and legs helps maintain the aura of mystery that surrounds this character since its first appearance. It's as if the game, and in this case even the merchandise, want to keep teasing the fans' curiosity without revealing too much. The prototype's hands, in particular, are once again the focal point of the image. They are large, mechanical, disturbing, and immediately convey a sense of threat. The legs, on the other hand, suggest a more concrete physical presence, almost to make us understand that the prototype is not just a mind or an abstract entity, but something real, moving and acting inside the factory. Obviously, everything is immersed in the classic horror atmosphere that has characterized Poppy Playtime since the beginning of the series. Thank you so much for watching the video until the end. You are amazing. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell for the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.